Okay, so to create this print, this collage print, there's gonna be a few supplies you're gonna need. You're gonna need a brayer or something to roll the paint or the printing ink with. So I use printing ink, but you could also use tempera paint. You'll need a styrofoam sheet. You could even use a meat tray that you clean off really good before using any kind of materials like stencils, anything that's going to leave texture or marks behind on your print. I even have this really cool shelf, cupboard, like shelf drawer liner. It makes a really cool texture too. Then I'm gonna take the end of my paintbrush. You could use a toothpick, a stick, anything you might have handy. I'm gonna use this to dig into my styrofoam sheet. You could, draw a picture with it. I'm just gonna do some simple like shapes, and then that's gonna leave white marks in your print later. So those things you dig are gonna be white. Okay, now I'm going to start rolling the ink onto the printing plate. I'm gonna take a little bit of yellow and put it on a palette or a tray, plate, something you can roll the brayer over. And I just roll the ink on the brayer. Okay. And then I roll it right over. I'm gonna do a little bit of a like two-tone, do a few colors. So I'm rolling it over. Like that. And I don't mind if I get yellow in the colors I'm using, because I'm going to use colors that are on the same side of the color wheel. So I'm going to use warm colors, and that way I don't need to wash my brayer in between. So I'm going to do some pink. And once again, I roll it on. Roll my brayer on there. And I can let them mix together. Now, printing ink is a lot thicker than your like tempera paint. If you would use that, it tends to work a little bit better for these, but I've done both. And now I'm gonna roll another color over those. So what's gonna happen is when you take those stencils off, the color will remain that was underneath there, and you'll see the shape. And this time I'm going to use some turquoise because that one will work. Just so that you see that shape of the heart when you remove the stencil. I'm going to pull the print from this, so I'm going to take off those stencils carefully. Okay, so I'm going to take my paper, and set it on top. This paper I think is about the same size as my printing plate, but you can use larger paper. So that's what I did in this print, so you have like a square around it. So I'm gonna pull the print, and to pull the print you set the paper on top of the printing plate, like so, and then you just really rub. I make a fist and use the bottom and rub all around. Pulling the print. And then when you pull it, you have your print. Okay? Now I still have ink left on there, so I'm gonna pull what we call a ghost print. And a ghost print is just basically the leftover ink. So it's gonna be a little bit different than the last print I just pulled. So I set my paper on top and rub again. And see how different that is? It's a lot lighter. I used a thicker paper this time too. But you can have the students pull as many prints as they can from that printing plate and then choose which print they like the best to use for their final piece of art. So I'm going to use this one with more color in it. Now I like to go back and just add more texture and more layers to my print. You're going to want to let this dry for a little while before you do that, unless you don't mind some of the colors mixing. And you have to be careful, because if you come in with a purple, purple's going to make if it touches this yellow is going to make a brown. So you're going to want to let that set aside and dry for the most part, unless you don't mind that mixing. Okay, now this is where you could have the students bring in some photos that you could photocopy, or take pictures out of magazines that represent what it is that they want to show in their artwork that they're really happy about or that they love. So I just photocopied some pictures from my childhood, and I just kind of cut them out. I kind of cut around the images of people. You know, I like to get out images like that. And mine, I had this one, I had a lot bigger, so I'd probably want to print it bigger again. But basically, you just take those photos and you want to cut the pieces and glue it onto your print that's all dry. I like to use like some fancier scissors, you know, with jagged cuts and stuff like that. And I just want to glue that in. And I often will like glue one picture on, maybe roll some ink over it, and then glue another one on so it doesn't kind of rub on that as well. Okay? So you can take stencils, and this is just, I had a special punch out, and I just kept a piece, so I'd punch these leaves in, and I kept a scrap of that paper. And I'm gonna take some gold ink this time and roll my brayer over it. And then roll it right over the whole picture. So then just let the kids experiment and layer up those, you know, prints and colors. I took a little paper doily and I'm kind of rolling over it, but just let them experiment. They can dry layers in between, add lots more like photos and maybe cut papers, but the key is just let them play and layer, and then you'll see something beautiful come out of it. I mean, look at this tool. This is literally just like a bathtub sticky slide thing, so you don't slide when you're in the tub. I found them at the Dollar Tree, bought a bunch, and they make some great texture. You could use like the packaging stuff with the little air bubbles, you know, that the kids like to pop. Those work really great for printmaking. You could roll ink or paint over them, and then, you know, just stamp it on your print. So just use your imagination. You know, like I said, they can cut shapes out of paper before, and just get creative. One thing I really love about this project is it just lets kids, you know, kind of come up with their own thing and be creative, and the messier it gets, the more fun. And honestly, they make a mistake, they let it dry, they go over it. So it's a really fun project. I think any grade level can do it, you know, elementary up through high school. So I hope this was helpful, and happy art making with your students.